Welcome to another episode of Takeoff Monday. Today's episode is part two of a three-part series we're doing on resiliency after professional setback. We'll give you some practical tips for getting back up. My name's Rosanna Catalano, and I'm coming to you live from my home office in Tallahassee, Florida. I'm an attorney, a business professor and consultant, a lobbyist, and career coach. I founded the company Rocket Ship Consultants to help people who wanted to change their trajectory. We help individuals and organizations reach their goals through strategic communications.
I'm Joy Tootle. I'm part of the professional team here at Rocket Ship Consultants. And what's really special about our team is that we're all attorneys and we have a unique experience to provide a tremendous benefit to all of our clients beyond what just an ordinary AV company or PR firm can provide. I've worked in private practice. I've been an assistant general counsel. I've prosecuted cases for the Department of Health. I've represented the Board of Dentistry and a number of other regulatory boards as an assistant attorney general. I've been the executive director of the Florida Board of Medicine. I've taught at the university level for a number of years. And over this past year, I've been podcasting and vodcasting here with Ro. We've been producing, editing, and hosting different shows just like this one. So today's episode, I'm very excited about. We are going to be continuing to talk about resiliency after a professional setback. And it's really relevant because so many of us have had experiences with hiccups or bumps in the road, especially during this pandemic.
Absolutely. There are lots of people that have had some real issues, setbacks, failures, things not going their way, especially with this pandemic. So, professional setbacks can be getting passed over for promotion and, getting fired. But a professional setback can also be a lack of energy or passion for your work or working for a big jerk. We've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we discussed the first three steps to take in staying resilient and keeping motivated.
We talked about being okay with not being okay and giving yourself some time to feel all of your feelings and time to heal. We also talked about focusing on your physical health and your spiritual health. And lastly, we talked about how you had to own up to your mistakes and learn from them by having frank conversations with superiors and trusted colleagues.
A lot easier said than done, having those frank conversations, but absolutely necessary to grow from a setback. So, this brings us to our fourth step, which is figuring out what opportunities and resources are available to you. This step is objectively, you're weighing the potential for turning your loss into a win, whether that's a different role in your organization, a move to a new company, or, even a shift to a different industry or career. You have to visualize a failure or a disappointment. You you can't visualize it merely as a roadblock, but it has to be you visualize it as a way that leads you to a new opportunity. Haven't we all taken a wrong turn in the car, and as a result, we've discovered a cool new restaurant?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Definitely.
Or a new little boutique or store that we didn't realize was there, a park, something cool. So yes, I agree.
Exactly.
Reframing losses as opportunities, it involves hard thinking about who you are and what you want. Research shows that escapism is a common reaction to career derailment. People may take trips to get away from their troubles, immerse themselves in busy work, drink or eat excessively, or avoid discussing their thoughts and their plans with their family and their friends. But while these behaviors can give you some mental space to sort things out or to figure things out, figure out what is going on, you can't sustain these behaviors in the long term. So you want to be able to have a productive transition. You've got to really focus on the opportunities that are available to you. Reframe your losses as opportunities. And this can involve hard thinking about who you are and what you want. Now, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation.
At Rocket Ship Consultants, our mission is to launch your business, career, or podcast. Our team works with you to start and grow your business with fresh ideas and inspiration. Let us make key introductions on your behalf and leverage our network of contacts. Talk to us before you send your application in for a new position, a university admission, or a scholarship. From resumes and interview preparation to negotiating offers, our experienced career advisors can help you at all levels achieve your career goals. Let us help you take that dream you have for a podcast or video and turn it into a reality. Rocket Ship Consultants offers a variety of services, so check out our website at rocketshipconsultants.com. Take off with Rocket Ship Consultants and launch your business, career, or podcast with us.
Welcome back. We are now in part 2 of a 3-part series on resiliency after a professional setback. Now, I'm going to get real with you. New opportunities don't usually present themselves right away. If you have a professional setback on a Thursday, I can guarantee you that you're not going to find a new opportunity Friday morning. It just doesn't work that way. We all wish it did, but it doesn't. And you just have to recognize that it does take a little bit of time. Now, I'm sure many of you have watched a home remodeling show. I know HGTV has tons of them. I
Favorite.
watch these all the time. I watch these shows and I'm always amazed that the contractor purchased the scary, broken down house in the first place. And then they turn it into a home worthy of being photographed and featured in a magazine. The point of my story is that there may be opportunities for you that are presenting themselves as scary, broken down houses. Now, sometimes it can be hard to spot these opportunities through the fog of anger and disappointment in the early days after a setback.
Yeah, the status quo has been fatally disrupted, but it's not clear yet what success will look like for you in the future. And that's why it's useful to take time to test out some ideas for what to do next. There's absolutely no shame in going to see a psychologist or a career coach, maybe an experienced life coach. Participating in therapy or clarifying your goals and working on personal development can really help you spot these hidden opportunities and the resources around you and that are inside you. Sometimes you just don't see your own leadership potential. You may have trouble seeing things clearly for yourself, and a neutral third party can bring fresh ideas and clarity. And that's a resource you may have, but you might not be able to see it without that kind of help.
It's so much easier for us to see things in other people than it is in ourselves. It's amazing how that works. So it may also be helpful to take some classes or webinars in an area you want to develop, or, even test drive a career interest at a nonprofit. Pausing a bit can allow you to find new meaning in your setback. Now, I know all of you have that wonderful relative that loves you so much, but maybe doesn't understand what you do. And let me give you an example by what I mean. My parents are awesome. They always have my best interests in mind. However, my parents are not attorneys, they're not lobbyists, they are not career coaches, and they're not familiar with the industries I'm involved in. So sometimes I feel that they don't understand what I'm going through. I make the assumption that their advice is not going to be helpful. But you know what? Sometimes my parents are like the contractor that I described earlier, that contractor that can spot the scary, broken down house with all the potential. Maybe they can't spot opportunities within my industry for me, but they may be able to spot resources and potential in me that I can't see. Basically, what I'm telling you is reach out not only to trusted colleagues, those career coaches, life coaches, therapists, and business associates that Joy mentioned earlier to get advice. I'm telling you to go sit down with your grandmother your spouse, your dad, the people closest to you that love you the most, and listen to what they have to say. They may not see opportunities in your field and know of, hey, call this person over here and they can hook you up with your next gig. They may not be able to help you in that way, but they're going to know the potential in you.
That advice is so important. And I'm glad you shared that with us, Ro, because I think all of us feel to some extent that there may be a lot of people around us that don't understand what we do. But that doesn't mean they don't know us well enough to know what we're good at, where our talents are, and things that we can't see for ourselves. And so maybe they can't give specific career advice or specific business advice, but maybe they're able to help us see some things that can get us going in the right direction. Well, this concludes part 2 of our 3-part series on resiliency after a professional setback. You should follow our company on social media. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We're at Rocket Ship Consultants. We produce a number of video shows and podcasts for other companies and groups. So be sure to check out our Facebook page because we showcase all of them there.
If you have a future topic suggestion for the show, be sure to put them in the comments below. You can sign up for our company's newsletter and read our blog by visiting our website. That's www.rocketshipconsultants.com. You can also contact us through our website to set up a free consultation. Our contact information will be up at the end of the show. Well, that wraps up our show. Good night.
Bye.